You'll find out more about that
After you
later.
get out, right?
After you get out, make sure you lock your doors. All right, isn't that right, Mayor?
Yes, sir. Especially if you have guns.
That's right.
Get your keys.
Yeah. And what we're saying, the reason we're saying that was because the numbers of, I don't like the word break-in because I don't think you call it's a break-in when you can open the car door. But so many of our guns that come out stolen that we confiscate, not we, but the police do a job in confiscating guns, come from unlocked vehicles. And it's amazing the numbers, and I think we'll be hearing more about that in the near future from an ad campaign and through the chief. And don't leave your keys in the car either.
Yes, sir.
Your gun and
Leave
your
your keys in the car, don't leave it running.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But it's
Well,
hot,
I also
Mayor.
have to
That's another step.
These, I
Don't
mean,
do
these
that.
things are real. They happen.
We're not, yeah, I mean, I'm sure people are at home thinking we're being funny.
No,
They are happening.
it's not funny.
I got a call.
Affects everybody.
A lot of stuff's not funny today.
I actually had a lady in my district that said it made her angry that I said that because she said that she shouldn't have to lock her car door at her house. I said, well, I can't argue anymore. I mean, obviously you don't want to do it, but it affects everybody. Okay. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes approved. Okay, Mr. Mills. Up today.
Hi, good afternoon, Mayor and Council. We have 4 applicants today. The first one is K&M Thai Finance LLC, DBA Thai Basil Sushi 2. They're applying for a restaurant retail liquor license. The address is 1402 University Boulevard. This is an area view of the location. And it was recommended by a committee to approve for this particular applicant to be heard for you guys in council tonight.
Okay.
Could you show the map again, please, Antonio?
Yes, sir. Okay, that's the area view.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. My second applicant is Tuscany LLC, doing business as Tuscany. The address is 229 McFarland Circle North. Again, this is an area view of the location. The land use view. The zoning map. And then this was also recommended by a committee to be heard in city council tonight. And they're applying for a restaurant retail liquor license.
Did that just change all show?
Yes, sir.
Good pizza.
Is it?
Yeah.
Real tried it.
They have good pizza.
All right, and then my third applicant is Tarasco's LLC, DBA Los Tarasco's. They're applying for a restaurant retail liquor license, located at 2312 4th Street. This is an area view of that location. That's the land use view.
Is it that long red narrow one?
Yes, sir. This is going in where it used to be Don Tono's.
Okay, that's not the space acquired by the bar next door recently, the,
Excellent.
No, so this is going in old Don Tono's. This was a restaurant already.
It was Mexican.
And this one was recommended by committee to be heard in council as well. And then my last applicant is for Remy Smart Group LLC. They're applying for Lakeland Food Mart. DBA Lakeland Food Mart. They're applying for retail beer off premises and retail table wine off premises only. Located at 12389 Larry Lake Road. This is the area view of the location. And those are all the applicants I have tonight.
Excuse me,
Yes, sir.
I don't understand.
Huh?
Are they in the city of Tuscaloosa?
That may be the PJ. I'll double check for you.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I just saw north.
Yes, sir.
I think, and you please confirm, Mr. Mills,
Yes,
I
sir.
believe they are, and that they annexed in to come under our Sunday sales.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll double check that for you, let you know. All right, that's it.
Okay, any questions? Thank you. All right, Mayor Maddox?
Yes, sir. Two things. One, not so important. I will not be at council tonight. I'll be attending the Paul W. Bryant High School graduation. And certainly, we want to thank the University of Alabama for hosting again the graduations of the Tuscaloosa City Schools back at Coleman Coliseum. And so I know that's been I heard from many parents last night how much they appreciated that. So thank you to the university for making that happen.
Thank you.
The second thing, though, that is important is, and it's really been on my mind since Friday night, is we all know Miss Shelley Jones passed away. Just an amazing human being. I feel, I've always felt life is about the memories that you treasure and the differences you get to make. We will miss Shelley Jones as a community.
That's right.
Shelley
One of a kind.
was such a difference maker on so many levels, in so many ways. She was my boss. She was a friend. She, this one hurts. But we are going to miss Shelley Jones, and Tuscaloosa is definitely a better place that somehow from Kentucky she found Tuscaloosa. And so I know the school board at some point will recognize Miss Jones, and I talked to Dr. Derry and several board members about that last night at graduation. But tonight at the council meeting, I will have a point of personal privilege and ask that we take a moment of silence just to reflect on an
Absolutely.
extraordinary life, an extraordinary difference maker. And I just, wanted to share those thoughts with you, because if there was a Mount Rushmore of Tuscaloosa, I think she'd have to be on it.
There's no questions
That's right.
about it.
That's
And
right.
so we are thankful as a community that she called Tuscaloosa home.
Thank you for saying that. And we have, Lord have mercy, so many things that I could say and write about her. And just very fortunate that she was in our community, and like you said, that she would definitely be on that Mount Rushmore.
I'm just going to need somebody to call me about once every 2 months and chew me out about how much we're not getting Tuscaloosa Children's Theater.
You weren't alone about those.
You've never known her well unless you've been chewed out. And I got one of those, very much so too.
We're all going to miss her very much. Very much so.
She was iconic.
I felt like a kindergarten student again once she got a hold of me once.
You know,
She was hard to say no to, Walt.
She did have that principle, like where you felt powerless when she was wagging that finger at you. Just an extraordinary person. We're just going to miss her so much.
I remember the time and place.
I was telling Walt this morning, we were talking about this, that I had the honor of being the United Way chairman in 2019, and she followed me in 2020 in the year of the pandemic. And there could not have been a better choice than Shelley to lead that organization during COVID and all the problems that we had, because you could not say no to Miss Jones. And she loved this community, loved so many children as a principal, but I'm kind of like Walt on that. I'm grateful to have had a great friendship with her, but she loved the city, and
She did.
we don't have a lot of citizens, in my opinion, that love our city like Shelley Jones did. And we were grateful to have her here helping us in so many ways. So she's a huge loss.
I'm happy you're doing that tonight, and hopefully will be some other things planned for her.
Funeral's Monday,
Yeah,
2 o'clock.
First Presbyterian Church, right? Okay, any other department comments, announcements? I'm gonna take a minute just to let Jesse Harris speak. Jesse, for years, were you a retired Marine? Army, okay. I think lived in
We
my.
love him anyway.
I know. He lived in my district for years, and that's how we became really great friends. And still continue that friendship to today. But he's here with a couple from the Ridgehaven area, and they're having some very big issues. They are on city water. Well, Jesse, if you'll come to the podium over here, and if you'll explain just briefly what your problem is. And I told them they could come today because of not getting out at night, and maybe it'd be easier, more convenient for them to come to bring the family with him today. Okay, go ahead.
Again, my name is Jesse Harris, and I live in Ridge Haven subdivision down Highway 69. And there's a new development being built right behind us, the Ledges. I'm sure you all heard of it. We have some drainage issues. And one day, a big rain came, and it came and backed up, the drainage backed up in Mr. and Miss Collins' home. Even blew up the manhole cap out of the ground and everything like that. And they had the city to come out there. One of the engineers come out and look at it and take pictures and whatnot. And they told them that don't do anything and that the city or the neighborhood would take care of it. So now what has happened, the city said it's not their fault. The neighborhood says it's not their fault. So they caught up twixt and tween to either pay for it or what. And that's what they wanted to come and address the city council. And I'm just here, I'm the HOA president, so I'm just here supporting them.
Doing your job.
Is
Doing
that
my
the
job.
old? Is that the old where the Ledges is going? Is that the field that's between Cedar Knoll and Idlewood and 31st Street East?
Oh.
69 South.
No, it's
Right
down.
off 69 South.
South.
South. You're talking about a different one that's going in there.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know where you're talking about. This is,
Right by Inglewood Elementary School.
Ridge
That's where
Haven.
Luke-
Why do I have Ridge Haven over there by Ridge Haven Baptist Church?
It's
Maybe
Ridge Crest.
Ridge Crest. That's it. I'm sorry. I apologize. I got it confused.
we got a lot of ridges.
Yeah,
We do.
I was thinking of Ridge Crest.
Man,
I'm
if
so
you'll
sorry.
tell everyone your name, Ms.
Oh, my name is Leona Collins, and I live at 1835 Collier Way. And where the problem happened is it's a drain hole right in the front of our house. So when the water came up, it just flooded the streets. And it came through the house in our bathroom and the master bathroom and another bathroom. And it went into the master bedroom closet and some of the master bedroom front entrance from the bathroom. And Mr. Coleman came out. The city did send Coleman Campbell. He came out and looked at everything and took pictures. And then he sent another man named Michael Valentine, and he came out and with the fans and things and dried everything up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let me ask, are y'all in the city limits?
The subdivision's not,
I think it's the
Okay.
But they're on
county.
city water.
but city water.
City water
I'm
and
sure it
sewer.
is. I just-
City water and
just-
sewer.
just For clarification, I just
Yeah.
wondered if y'all were in the city limits.
That's, well, I asked the same
I
thing.
think it's
Mr.
the
Fair.
county.
Okay,
It's in the police jurisdiction, but we have city water and sewer.
okay.
Mr. Gardner, do you know, are you familiar with this or can it?
City tax now.
This is our city engineer, Ms. Collins.
I'm sorry, counsel, I don't mean to butt in. We currently have an active claim on this case, so there is
Oh.
potential litigation. So I would like to hopefully not have too many city staff address it.
Okay, I wasn't aware. So there's a claim right
So
now.
we are aware of what's going on?
Yes, sir, I was pulling up my file to try to figure out what was going on because nobody brought this to me before it came here today. And it looks like that claim is still active. I was trying to review that, but as far as I can see in our file, there hasn't been a denial letter yet from
Was-
AMIC, but I've only been looking at it.
Was
for
the
last
claim
3
from
minutes.
Collins?
For the Collins, yes.
Okay, okay. All right.
You
Well-
said it was denied?
No,
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 ma'am.
ma'am.
No,
No, I do not know that. It all looks very new based upon,
Yeah, because the city
My
sent
fault.
us a
We
letter
will be doing this.
and told us to talk to the development. And then the development said, the builder said, talk to the developer.
Right.
So we just twisted between.
yes, ma'am, but if you can reach out to Chris England in the city attorney's office or leave me your information, or we should have your information here, I can see exactly what the status is.
Okay, I know it's Chris England, yes.
Yes, ma'am. I'll give you that.
So reach out to him?
Yes, ma'am, he can give you a good update. He's the one actually handling this file.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you, Ms.
Collins.
Thank you, Ms. Collins.
Good luck.
Yeah. We'll get the numbers to you. And I asked them, again, when I spoke with them the weekend, I didn't know about a claim. And, also, they don't get out in the evenings, and so I asked them to come just to speak for pre-council today. So, okay, I'll send that to you, Jesse, if you need to get, okay. Thank you. Y'all be safe. All right, Mr. Holmes.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am about midway down on page 2 on your agenda, where on page 16, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with Scales Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. This is a total of $3,200 and came to you in projects last week.
Yeah.
On page 17, you'll be authorizing a professional architectural and related services contract with CCR Architecture and Interiors for design construction at Linton's Barber Shop and the Tuscaloosa Civil Rights Trail. This is a total not to exceed $142,487. Excuse me. That came to you in projects on the 7th. On page 18, you'll be authorizing a minor public works contract with K&A Builders, Inc. for the Linton's Barbershop Tuscaloosa Civil Rights Trail project. This is a total not to exceed $99,970, and again came to you in projects last week. On page 19, you'll be authorizing a professional study and consultant services agreement with Cassidy Company. This is for site evaluation for lift station number 42. This is a total not to exceed $74,720, and again came to you in projects last week. On page 20, you'll be authorizing a professional services agreement with Jacobs Engineering, Inc. for the AMI water meter conversion phase 2. This is a total not to exceed $416,060, and again came to you in projects last week. On page 21, you'll be authorizing a professional services agreement with United Systems and Software, Inc. For the AMI water meter conversion. This is a phase 2. Total not to exceed $2,188,854.09. This again came to you in projects last week. On page 22, you'll be authorizing a professional consulting and related services contract with Duke's Root Control for precision inflow and infiltration study. This is a total not to exceed $89,588.17, and again came to projects last week. On page 23, you'll be declaring sole source and authorizing purchase from Xylem Water Solutions US. This is a total of $154,760 and is a previously budgeted purchase. On page 24, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, services from C-Spire. This is a total of $101,997.30. This again is a previously budgeted purchase. On page 25, you'll be authorizing the purchase of equipment, supplies, services for fire station improvements and an airport LED retrofit. This is a total of $170,366.12, and again comes to you as a previously budgeted purchase. On page 26, you'll be authorizing the mayor to execute a special municipal agency funding contract with Temporary Emergency Services, Inc. This is a total not to exceed $100,000, and again came to you in projects last week. On page 27 and 28, you'll be authorizing the Tuscaloosa Police Department to accept a donation from Innisfree Pub and Rounders. This is a total of $20,802 and was discussed in finance last week. On page 29, you'll be approving job class specifications for Public Works. This came to you in admin on last week. On page 30, you'll be approving Downtown Riverfront Overlay District Permit for 2610 Stillman Boulevard. This came to you in admin last week. On page 31 and 32, you'll be repealing prior resolutions establishing a public art committee and public art guidelines to establish a public art advisory committee. This came to you in admin last week, and I understand there's been some discussion to table this tonight.
Correct.
And so if that's the case, if we can point that out and make that motion for the clerk. On page 33, you'll be authorizing the city of Tuscaloosa to make application to the Department of Homeland Security for a grant for targeted violence and terrorism prevention. This came to you in finance last week. On page 34, you'll be authorizing submission for Tuscaloosa's federal legislative delegation for FY25 community project funding consideration for the air traffic controller tower design. This was discussed in properties last week. On page 35, you'll be amending Exhibits A and B of Section 19-42 of the Code of Tuscaloosa Public Works. This was discussed in admin last week. And finally, on page 36, you'll be adopting amendment number 15 to the FY24 general fund budget. And this was discussed in finance last week. Are there any questions for me?
There's no executive session. I don't
No,
think-
sir, not that I'm aware of.
I don't think the mayor said, okay. Any questions for Scott? Okay,
Thanks, council.
thank you. Projects, 230, Finance 315, Public Safety has been canceled. Was there, had any, Mr. Mills, had any alcohol licenses been scheduled for this meeting that was canceled today?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Council meeting at 6. Then tomorrow, I have the action plan hearing in the council chambers, 11 and 5. Personnel Board, Sister Cities on the 16th, and Planning Commission will meet on May 20th. Any other comments, communications from anybody today? Okay. All right, is there a motion we adjourn?
So moved.
Motion second to adjourn, all in favor say aye. Aye.